Hi there, welcome to my coaching series of tips that are going on for every day this week, every evening this week, that's every weekday. So fourth day, today I want to talk about something called the Reticular Activating System. So before you switch off thinking it's going to be really sciencey and boring, it's actually a really clever part of your brain that can work for you or against you, and it's worth knowing about. First of all, a bit of an exercise to wake us all up at the end of the day, and also to demonstrate the power of the Reticular Activating System, or RAS. I'm going to call it RAS because me saying Reticular Activating System each time is going to bore you and me, and I'll probably get it wrong at some point. So I want you to look around the room now. Firstly, think of the colour red. Then open your eyes, look around the room. So I'll give you a few seconds to do that. So you're thinking of the colour red and you're looking around the room. Okay? Eyes back to the screen. Close your eyes. Think of the colour blue now. Open your eyes, look around your room, thinking of the colour blue. As you're looking around, you're thinking blue, blue, blue. Okay, so what happens? Normally when people do that, your view of the room changes, yeah? So when you're focused on red, things that are red are leaping out at you. So it was happening for me. I'm looking at a billion books on the bookshelves here and various other bits and pieces, and the colour red's leaping out at me. And then when I switch my focus and I'm looking for something else, that just seems to jump out at you. You know how if you are buying a new car and you're looking on the roads and suddenly everyone seems to have that car, yeah? And you really seem to notice that car because your brain's kind of looking out for that. Or, I don't know, if you're redoing your house and you're looking at different types of curtains or something, suddenly you're seeing everyone's curtains. Oh, yeah, actually they've got those ones that I want. Okay, so what your brain's focusing on, even unconsciously, a lot of the time unconsciously, you're seeing more of, yeah? You're kind of, it's as if you're drawing more of it to you, but it's because of where your focus is. So a lot of that has to do with the RAS. Now, apologies to any scientists out there, particularly any neuroscientists, if I explain this in an oversimplified way or get some of the subtle nuances of it wrong. Apologies. I'm paraphrasing a lot of the time, but I really want people to know about this in simple terms. So the RAS, or Reticular Activating System, is basically the gatekeeper to your brain. So imagine all the sensory information that's coming at you all of the time from all your senses, everything that's happening out there. How could your brain possibly take all that information in? So it doesn't. Basically, the RAS determines, it's like a bouncer to your brain, or a gatekeeper to your brain. It determines what's relevant and what can be safely ignored. So you can imagine in kind of evolutionary terms why this needed to develop, because otherwise it's just information overload. But things that are really important and valuable for your own safety have to be noted. Whereas other things that can be kind of safely discounted can be ignored. And your RAS is what determines that. So your RAS has got quite a lot of power over how you view your world, right? So the issue with the RAS is that it's what determines the information that gets through is sometimes conscious, but it's often not conscious. So our deeper belief systems that we've built up over the years that have developed in childhood actually have quite a lot of influence on the Reticular Activating System. So if you have some stories or beliefs from your childhood or from early in your life about yourself, about other people, your RAS is a clever little thing, and it's a little bit manipulative, because not only will it seek out information to support your story, because it wants you to be right, but it will manipulate information in order to make it fit your story, so you'll see what you want to see, which can not be great for us, because it reinforces some negative belief systems that we have. You know, if you're constantly looking at stuff, if you believe as I did once actually, I had a strong belief that I wasn't a creative person. I think I was told a lot that I was very organised and very, I've got a science background and very organised. And so I kind of took that belief on board, and we will talk about belief systems a whole lot in future coaching tips, but I kind of took that belief on board, and that voice of whoever it was that had told me I wasn't creative, or even intimated that I wasn't creative, I'd taken that on, and I had that in my belief system. So I would seek out, without even realising it, justification to myself or evidence that, oh no, you know, I couldn't do that, I'm not creative, and to almost to prove to myself. So those negative beliefs get reinforced and reinforced. That's the bad news. The good news is that we can actually actively program our RAS to work for us, right? We can use language, and in a later coaching tip I'll talk about how we can use language powerfully to program our brains, and basically make better instructions to our brains about how they work. You know, we're instructing our minds on how to work, so we can give them better instructions, and we can get the reticular activating system working for us rather than against us, because at the moment it's basically reinforcing our negative beliefs and also twisting or manipulating things to fit our beliefs. Like, for example, if we had a belief about ourselves that we were, I don't know, fat or something, there could be a sea of comments from somebody, a partner, a friend, a colleague, and the only one we would notice in there, hi Oksana, how you doing? The only comment we would notice within there was the negative one, was the one that vaguely even commented about our size, or didn't comment about our size, but we twist it. So the reticular activating system is a really, really, really powerful part of our mind that we can use to work for us instead of against us. So it's about programming it. It's about looking in a more positive way, like we talked about yesterday with the gratitude diary, and what we look for, we will get back, basically. So that's what your RAS, your reticular activating system, does for you. Language, outlook, mindset can do a lot to reprogram that, and we will cover that in future issues. What we will cover in tomorrow's issue is the concept of neuroplasticity, and anyone who vaguely knows me knows it's another of my favourite things, pet subjects that I love to pieces. Neuroplasticity is basically the brain's ability to change itself. So no excuses, no a leopard can't change its spots, I can't change my mindset, I'm always going to be this sort of person, that sort of person. Not so. More and more and more research coming along in neuroplasticity around proof that the brain can change itself. I won't go into too much detail now and get carried away and excited about it, because that's one for tomorrow. But today, please, the message to take away is be aware of the fact that you have this reticular activating system in your brain, that it will look for what you ask it to look for. So ask it to look for some good stuff and you'll get some good stuff. I know that's oversimplifying it, but try it. Try that. Also, obviously, email me if you have any topics you want me to cover in these, or pop some comments below. Thank you again to folks for supporting me in this, for liking, for commenting, and for sharing as well. That's so lovely. Thank you so much. Please feel free to do so, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Until then, take care. Bye.